Alright, this will be like a quick update since I was able to actually wear these out today. I'll go to the store, walk around some stores on some pavement. Not really the most natural, but at least, you're getting to test it. I wore without the insoles. You can see they're sitting right there. I am continuing to have a high volume issue with it, and I've discussed it with Be Lenka, and they really consider this, like right on for medium volume people. So this elastic here is really good elastic, so it's pretty strong. And unfortunately for me, what I'm finding is a kind of a return to some things I felt before I went to minimalist shoes, that this part of my foot, which is particularly high volume, I mean all the way across here, but right here especially, is kind of getting pulled pretty hard even without the insole in. So if you are high volume, you might want to do some measurements, maybe talk to them directly before you jump. They also, considering this opening is pretty wide, if you're particularly low volume, it might not be the right shoe for you too. It is a really attractive shoe and I love it. I'm gonna keep trying it out to see if it will work for me. I've also ordered the Nabuso, or however you say it, insole, the thinnest one, to see how that might work, but I have a feeling it won't actually make a positive difference for me, because even without the insole, it's kind of not working. This, I don't remember if I did this in the previous video, but you can totally roll this up, twist it, whatever, especially without the insole in. You can see I've dirtied them up pretty good. But this insole, or the sole, is actually pretty hard. It will flex around things, but it's not got the greatest ground feel, and it's kind of between that and the canvas, which it's not unique to this shoe. I have Mookie Shoes canvas, and I had a similar thing here. My big toe's kind of sore after having worn it out today. Canvas is pretty stiff when you first get it, and because these types of shoes that we're purposely wearing because they're better for our feet, they don't have as much structure and interfacing and padding and all of that. There's not as much to keep canvas from actually pushing into your foot. You can kind of see it curls right there. So I've got kind of the pretty firm sole on the bottom and the canvas kind of pushing down on top, and it's not really made for as a high of a volume as my foot is. So had a little issue. I'm gonna keep wearing it in bursts of a couple of hours, because I really want to give this canvas a chance. I'm not sure, this is probably some kind of moleskin or something on the inside, so it is lined. The lining stops, it looks like, right about here. So this is unlined canvas here in the front, and it I want to give it all a chance to kind of stretch, if it will, or at least soften up, because I know when I first got my canvas Mookie shoes, my toe would be really sore. I wasn't having the same kind of push up from the bottom, but the canvas itself can really kind of push down when you walk. So, but that changed. So I'd really like to give a chance for this shoe to do the same thing, to soften up and change. I don't think you can't do like you do with leather and stuff it with socks and that kind of thing. It really just needs to be worked. And unfortunately that working pushes on my toes, so I don't want to hurt myself by wearing it all day every day for several days in a row, but I do want to do what I can to make it to give it the chance to soften just like I did with the Mookie shoes. But anyway, so I definitely, I don't think would recommend getting the shoe and wearing it without an insole. That's just me. It just doesn't feel good to me that way. I don't like padding, but I want just a little bit of fabric or something. And this insole, the midsole, feels pretty, I don't know, it's not hard, but it's not comfortable either. So, and considering that the bottom is not as flexible, it's just not a good combination. I think the insole that comes with it is a perfect thickness, and I would absolutely wear this if I could. Of course, anything you add reduces the ground feel, but this sole can feel pretty harsh. So this little bit of foam padding, which I think I mentioned before, looks pretty much just like what's in the Soft Stars. So it gives a really nice feel without, I don't think, adding, impeding your sensation too much. I actually walked across like a pile of sticks on this, and it's much closer to like an Earth Runner's in the sense of ground feel. It's not, I don't know why I'm putting that insole in because I can't wear it. I'm trying to mom neat up things. There was no risk to my foot at all of feeling pain, and to me that's a little bit too far from ground feel. So I would put this on the lower end of ground feel. Like if you want, I've not tried any other slip-ons, so I can't compare that. I was hoping this would actually be a hands-free. If you check out my story right now, you can see I got really close. And if you have lower volume feet, you might actually, because of the way this padding is, you might actually be able to slip on this shoe without using your hands at all, which I consider that shoe goals and kind of awesome. You're momming or just adulting, you don't always want to have to like tie up your shoe and stuff, but my kids are coming out, so I'm gonna end this now.